Many years later, Sequoia Capital came to me and said, there's a couple of kids at Stanford, and they have this thing, and it's an internet thing, and you just type in, what you're looking for, and it shows up, puts up the website. And I said, yeah, Yellow Pages. I mean, no duh, right? We use it. And there's a variety of versions of it on the web at the time. We use the internet just like everybody else to do FTP and also to visit various websites. And they said, should we invest in this company? And I said, there's no freaking way they're going to make money. That stuff is free, right? And so they said, well, we can't figure it out ourselves, but it doesn't cost much to give them $1 million or $2 million. And they invested in a small company called what eventually became Jerry's company called Yahoo. Notice, although I had the perspective about one thing, I didn't have the perspective about something else. Just because you're a visionary doesn't mean you're a visionary about everything. Your perspective stems from your life experiences, what's commonsensical about you, what's interesting to you. And so that's important to realize that you have perspective too. Therefore, you have vision too. Now, what's interesting about these websites, to follow on the Yahoo story, if you remember, there were several other searches out there. Alta Vista at the time, Excite at the time, Lycos at the time, right? And now the question is, they're all doing search, and they all did a reasonably good job. Now comes the question is, what was their perspective? How was their perspective different from one another? One website thought that they were a destination. Do you guys remember that? We would be a destination, kind of like a channel. Somebody said, in fact, since we're going to be a destination, we would serve up content. And therefore, the search part of it is a commodity. We'll outsource that. So all of the search engines, which started out as search, turned into destinations or portals, and they outsourced the search to someone else, which made it possible for Google to start. And so notice two companies doing exactly the same thing started with the exact same fundamental core technology, ended up in radically different places because they had different perspectives. They saw the world differently. So perspective matters.